Hello and welcome to the Unified Peace Prayer Collective. We're in session 4 today, and I am once again, as you can tell by the change in scenery, in a new location. I will be for the next couple of weeks. I am now in Wellington, in the CBD. I'm in an area with a lot of fairies, and I'm in a very, very galactic house, so there is an immense amount of frequency flowing through at the moment. This influx of cellular regeneration and golden plasma light is just funneling through me at the moment. And the longer it takes me to start channeling it into the collective, the more intense it's starting to feel in my body. So I won't speak too long. But what I really wanted to say is hi, I see you. If you're watching this live or if you're watching this on the replay, I feel you. So many of us went through the insanity of 2025 and we thought, thank fuck, the year of the snake is ending. It'll slow down, it'll calm down. And it, in fact, has ramped up. But the beauty of the year of the fire horse is that if we can be super disciplined in our devotion to our body, heart, and mind, we can activate a level of zen within ourselves that means that no matter what is happening in the world around us, that we're okay. And, because I'm perfect, I don't feel any of this intensity. Jokes. What I will say is that the more dedicated I am to honoring my desire to exercise every day, the more dedicated I am to meditating every day, and the more dedicated I am to reducing my addiction to this little triangle, the easier things are starting to get. So there's 3 practical places to look at your life. And honestly, if you think about it, you really are just a complicated houseplant. We're an overgrown toddler. So a really easy way to help yourself when things feel overwhelming, intense, or stressful is distraction. Have you ever noticed when a toddler's having a meltdown because you gave them a blue cup instead of a pink cup? If you distract them, they forget all about it and move on. You can do that with yourself too. In fact, I've been doing that a lot with myself lately because, you know, some of you last week thought, oh, Tana's dating someone. And then that ended. And then I have to deal with the fact that, again, I am heartbroken and life feels intense. Don't text him. Blah, 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 blah. Don't sign up to another dating app. Blah, 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 blah. Distraction has been like the number one key to me being able to successfully be an adult in the last week. Going for walks, having a shower, journaling, talking to a friend, calling my mum, going for a drive, going for another walk, going to the gym, finding something else to do when my brain is like, but I want to do this, but I want to be loved, but I don't have what I wanted yet. So do not underestimate watching a 20-minute YouTube video on crochet if that's what you're interested in, or watching the latest season of Bridgerton, or walking your neighbor's dog if that's what you need to do with all of your excess time. I know it's all well and good for me to say this as a single person with no children. I know that life is busy when you have kids, but sometimes distraction is putting down your phone and going outside and breathing. So last week we focused on fear and the fear mechanisms that are in the vortex of humanity at the moment. This week, I want to shift the focus to our own personal sovereignty, to our own personal experience, and I want to bring through light language for nervous system recalibration. And I'm sure there will be some blah, blah, blah. There's so much energy, it's making me so silly with my tongue. But anyway, Mother Mary is very present, our sweet angel saint here. And I'm sure there will be some messages that come through, but there is a very strong light language desire within the vessel right now. I did pull some cards for the community earlier, and I'm going to weave these into the energy that comes through. So let's begin. I want to invite you to get comfy, cozy, lie down, sit down. I'm giving you full permission in this moment to be a lazy spiritual person. This is not a moment to say, I'm going to test my capacity to keep myself conscious while I'm receiving frequency. This is your opportunity to go, sweet, I'm going to have a little nap and receive. Closing down your eyes if you feel safe and able to do so. If you're driving, please use your common sense. I'm going to ask you to trust tonight. We're not going to go into the column of ascension. We're not going to tune into any kind of breathing even, because the light language is pushing down on my head right now. So remembering that your breath gets to breathe you, make the inhale deep and long and the exhale even deeper. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Feel the truth of your divinity flowing through you in this and all moments. Allow your mind to quieten down to the minimum and simply focus on the sound of my voice and nothing else. Korea maayesiti imianara akia koro usutro moniandri ikia karamasit e. Umhe ete e piatra anseti e piatra Andrea Karomoni Andre Is. Itama ase kiakra aseti a mianri kiakra usutru moniandre ikiakra Andre. Kinaya kara aseti e mianri itri maniandra kara moniandre isit. Ina hakiakro usutru moniandre ike. Kina hakiakara aseti e mianri itri. Kinia krasi tere Andrea 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 tere Moni Andrea Karamoni Andrea Karamoni Andrea Karamonia Mahakia Cross Tropia tere Andrea Karamoni 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 Andrea Ite Yamahakia shukuru umanyandri ise te emiandri ise ese te mayandri ikia krasi te miandri ikia krasi he piatre miahna akia koro umsit Mihina hakia krasi te miandri ikia kranse kia kara umanyandri itre ise te rene andri karamonyandri 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 ese te Mina hakia krasi te miandri ikia tre ise te miandri etri andri 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 etri amoniatri Kina hakiakara osatoro andre ite etsetemi andre hakaramoni andre ikiakaramoni andre kerkaramoni andre karamoni andre kina akiasakuro moni andre isete kina hakiakuro osatoro moni andre ikiakara osate ete ete ambe andre isete emi andre isete kina akiakuro osatoro moni andre isete emi andre akiakuro kina hakiakara asete emi andre isete Yamahusete etia puru usutru moniandre isete emiandre ikia koro usutrum. Kina akia koro usutru moniandre ikia akera esete epiandre isete. Kina hakia koro usutru moniandre isete ete epiandre isete. Kina akia koro osotro moniandre ikia kara sete emiandre ikia kara moniandre ise ete emiandre ise ete ete epiandre ise ete epiatre ise ete emiandre ikia kunai esete emiandra asete emiandre ikia koro osotro moniandre ikia kara sete ira meandre ikia koro umotoro maniandre ite Kina akia koro o sotoro o monianare ikia. O sotoro o monianare ikia kara mianare e sete. Ki rā maniara ate e sete e mianara akia koro o sotoro o monianare ikia kara amenere e te. I mā akia koro o sotoro o monianare ikia kara amianare ikia kara ate e te te beatare inde e te kara monianare ikia kara ande e te peandare i set. Hina akia koro o sotoro monianare i kia kara monianare i kia kara monianare i kia kara monianare i sete e mianare i kia kara o monianare i sete e pia te pianere e te pianere i sete e mianara akia koro o manianare i te tanandare e tanandare e tanandare e tanandare e tanandare kara monianare kara monianare kara monianare kara monianare kara monianare i tre. Ia hasu to o tōtoro monianari i te eti i piatare i sit i mea kara sit o sutoro o moniatare i sitere padianari i tere. Kini akara asete e piatare i te eki akara anianari i sitere andre. Yasu hutu usutu upo yandri isete ete a payandre isete ete ete. Kini akara asete utu trumon yandri isete ete mori yandri. Kini akara asete epi ete kada moni yandri katara 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 moni yandri ete. Kina yasa eshechetre meniandre etere isete emiandre yakarandra asutro potenare ikia karandare ikia kro usutro boniandre isete emiandra akia kuno usutro umoniandre itre isete emiandre ikia kro umoniandre isete emiandre isete kina hakia kro usutro umoniandre ikiata isete emiandra akia kro usutro umoniandre ikie kina hakia kro usutro umoniandre isete ete meandre isete emiandre ikia kra umonotro usut Kina haki akara asete e meandre ki akara umuniandre isete e meandre ki akara muniandre isete e meandre ki akara muniandre is. Ina haki akara osuturo muniandre ki akara muniandre isete. Kina haki akara osuturo muniandre isete e petienie da akara muniandre iki akara mundi akara asete e meandre ite. Kini akara asete e meandre iki akara muniandre iki akara muniandre kara muniandre kara muniandre kara muniandre kara niandre isete. Kina haki akara osuturo muniandre iki akara muniandre ite. Kina haki akara esete e piatenidre isete e miandre iki akara muniandre iki akara hasete e piatendire iki akara muniandre isete e miandre iki akara hasete e piatendire iki akara muniandre iki akara muniandre iki akara muniandre isete e te miandre akara muniandre iki akara to koni akara asete e miandre iki akara osutro muniandre isete e miandre iki akara osutro potonondre adrendre isete e miandre akara sot koni asa aki akara asete e miandre iki akara muniandre iki akara muniandre iki akara muniandre isete e trendre isete tre muniandre iki trendre iki tres kina haki akara osutro muniandre iki akara andre tre muniandre i tre. Kina e asha karo usuturu umuniandre isete ete apiandre isete ete apuno uko kreamiandre isete emiandre ite. Yana hoki akara esete epiandre isete. Mehikia ashete epiamburi esete epiatini akara asete emiandre iki akara usuturu umuniandre iki akara amaniandre isete. Kina ahiete eki akara usuturu umuniandre iki akara asete emiandre iki. Kini ikara ate ini akara asete emiandre iki akara uturu upoturu umuniandre ite. Ina hate Mana haki akuru usuturu monianere ike akshakara asete epietindiri ike akara monorotor patiatriandri monianere ike akara usuturu uturu putiandre ite kina haki akara asete epiende ike akara monianere isete emianere ake akara usuturu monianere isete emianere aset Meno suturu umania ati esete etia mare esete emianere ese Ina haki akoro o sotoro munianere isete e mianere e ki akoro o sotoro yana haki akara asete e pianere e ki akoro o sotoro munianere i kia kina haki akoro o sotoro munianere ite nianere isete e mianere ite me he ki akoro o sotoro munianere i ki akara hasete e pietendere i ki akara kotoro munianere ite isete e mianere i ki akoro o sotoro munianere i kia Kina eke akara asete e mianera eke akara manianera ike akara monianera i. Inaha ki a kara a se te e mianari ike e seke ki a kara ni sekere e mianari i te e se te e pia tiandia a kara a se te e mianari ike a karo umo nianari i set. Dear God, we ask and request in this moment for peace to resound in and through the vessel, a peace that surpasses all understanding. May each and every individual human being on this planet know peace deep within their chest. May the understanding of the inner knowing and intuitive powers grow. May we find peace with the losses we have endured, the disappointments, the desperation, and the devastation, both on a personal and collective level. Lord, I ask and request that you show each and every individual here live and on the replay the way forward, not from an egotistical level, but from a soul perspective, so that every thought, wish, dream, desire can become true. May the unconscious become known. May the subconscious become conscious, so that each and every one of us can find our peace, so that we can create and co-create a life that is truly, deeply embodied with the love and the peace that each and every one of us deserves. Lord, I ask that each and every one of us finds the love, support, security, and companionship that we desire. The community, the tribe, the purpose and the drive. May we co-create with the highest version of our oversoul, our ascended self, and our soul, so that any unconscious or subconscious patterns or programs are dissolved in an instant. Anything that is blocking the pathway forward to what we truly desire becomes alchemized at the highest point available to us at this time. Mother Mary speaks. We know, dear ones, that this life is not always easy, that the trials and tribulations of the human experience can push you beyond what you thought was your breaking point and then take you further down. Do not forget who you are. When you stop searching outside of yourself for the solution, for the answer, for the next guru, you find a level of self-reliance, an intimacy with self that will take you much further than someone else's opinions or projections or even readings. It is time for the inner quest, for deeper breaths, for longer stretches, for sunrise blessings. When you turn away from the noise of the world and go within, at first it might be tentative, nerve-wracking, strange. But after a while, you will soon learn that your truth, your divinity, your intuition knows you so much greater than anyone else could. Even those with the best intentions cannot offer you what it is that you need for you. And when you feel like you cannot see a way forward with yourself, you need to get out of your head and into your body. The return to the body, the return to the body, the return to the body. That is what is needed. The mechanism of getting to know yourself and returning to the physicality. That is where the wisdom lies. Breathe. Feel the energy surging through the lower parts of the body. Breathe. In this moment, we welcome the Syrians into the field. I may not speak for some time, but trust that I am here and remember to simply breathe and receive. Just a little bit longer here. 30 more seconds. Now we have a wave of love from the Arcturians and the Pleiadians. Feel it radiating in through your sternum and through every aspect of your being. Breathe that frequency into your body and allow it to enter the subatomic particles, opening up the DNA coil. When you reach a certain level and you feel like you've received enough, I want you to open up your capacity and take more. That's it. Very good. You deserve this. This will integrate effortlessly. Very good, very good. Just a little bit longer here. Excellent. Allowing that frequency to settle now. There's a really strong urge for the collective and an encouragement for you to begin to use your words. For some of you, that will be through spoken language. For some of you, that will be through writing, poetry, books, journaling, expressing your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Do not underestimate how much power there is in the connection between your heart portal and your hands. Your hands are an extension. Your hands are an extension of your heart portal. And the frequency that radiates in and through you is deeply powerful and potent. Do not underestimate that. Simply sitting down and expressing, I feel happy today. I feel sad today. I want to have a tantrum because Tana and the Arcturians told me to write. But actually, once you let out your immediate feeling of XYZ, whatever the block is, you'll realize that you have 1,000 things to say. Well, for those of you who feel like, oh, I'm in a really good place, great. Write about it. Allow yourself to capture some moments. Write about what you're grateful for. Write about what you're thankful for. Write about what you're celebrating. What have you created for yourself? Where have you expanded your capacity for love, for growth, for pleasure? Where have you noticed that you have grown in the last year? Who were you 12 months ago? Because I guarantee you, in the moments when you feel deflated and overwhelmed and unsure if anything is fucking going the right way, when you read back your writing from 2 weeks ago, you'll go, wow, I am in fact evolving constantly. For those of you with a desire to grow your intuition, which most of you are, write about how intuitive you were a year ago, or 6 months ago, or 3 months ago. I guarantee you, none of you are the same as you were 3 months ago because the end of last year cosmically shifted the entire frequency of the planet and the radius of the alignment of this vortex. Write down the intuitive hits, the intuitive moments, the strange, weird, wonderful things that are happening. Write down your dreams. The more you journal about your intuition, the more it grows. Do not fucking underestimate the power of your written word, and do not underestimate the power of your inner knowing, your inner work. Your intuition knows. Your body knows when something is right or not right for you. Sure, your human's ego might whinge and whine and stomp her feet and say, oh, but I want to eat cake for breakfast. Or I want that man who's clearly not going to be the aligned, right, correct choice. Well, what are you going to do? Repeat the same patterns, the same cycles? Or are you going to follow the plan that God has for you? It doesn't fucking have to look the same as everyone else. Fuck the rest of the world. Fuck society. This is your life. This is your precious incarnation. This is your opportunity to express and explore as God incarnate in a human body on this planet. And for fuck's sake, you're doing a good job. It doesn't have to look how you thought it was going to look, but look at how beautiful it is. Look at how much you have to be grateful for. They are really pressing on to the gratitude thing here. Every single day, write a list. Let that carry you through. Because I know, myself included, that this life does not look any fucking thing like I thought it would look by the age that I am, based upon my programming, my conditioning, my expectation of what life would be right now. But if we're constantly chasing the next goalpost, are we even acknowledging how much we've created, how much you've already accumulated, how much life you've already lived? No. So zoom out. Zoom out again. And then even further and look at what you fucking done. You would be so proud of yourself. You from 5 years ago. You from 10 years ago. The power that you have accumulated, the light language that flows through you, the channeling that flows through you, the intuitive hits, the way that you hold yourself instead of getting triggered by bullshit your mother-in-law says, or your sister, or Karen from the office. Stop fucking chasing what is coming next and look at where you are. Because otherwise you're shitting on what you once dreamt about because you're so desperate for what comes next. How much freedom have you created? How much abundance have you created? How much closer do you feel to God in each and every moment that you exist? How much power lives in your hands that you once might have not known or even been able to acknowledge, but you know for a fact now? That's right. I hope in this moment, even though this might feel intense, that you are celebrating the fuck out of yourself. For a lot of you, there is a calling to spend more time focusing on growing your intuitive abilities, whether that's through meditation, through studying courses on actually channeling or shifting energy, reading books, listening to channeling sessions, even doing this is opening and opening and opening and opening you. Every single morning when you wake up, you say, thank God I am alive, and please use me for the highest and greatest good of all. Show me how I can be of service to this planet. Show me how I can become so in tune with my intuition that I am absolutely irrevocably changed. So that anyone who is deceitful or acts with ill intention could never affect me because I am so tapped in and tuned in and turned on that I am aware of all. Shield yourself so that you don't have to fucking clean up the mess at the end of the day if you feel and perceive everyone's feelings all the time. That's another non-negotiable. I talk about exercise, I talk about devotion, I talk about discipline. Shield is part of the discipline. You know what? For some of you, it's time to take flight, to stop delaying the desire to start that business or shift your living situation or adjust your energy levels or prioritizing your health, your fitness, your frequency. You've spent enough time apologizing for what it is that you desire. It's time to take flight. But not from the head or from the ego, from the understanding and the willingness of your soul recognition, of your soul tribe, of your soul. Let her lead you home. If you desire it, it is already done. God wouldn't give you a desire without giving you all of the resources to bring that which you desire to life. No, not all of us get exactly what we want in the succession or the way that we want it, because we are ultimately here to learn the lesson and integrate the understanding of God consciousness in a physical form. Yes, this feels real. Yes, this is powerful, potent, and precious. But it is also a simulation in the grand mechanism of this universal exploration of what it means to be consciousness and form, density and matter. How can you reduce your attachment to the outcome of what it is that you desire? How can you take flight whilst knowing that the outcome is none of your business? The unfolding is none of our business. That is God. The presence of you, the surrender from you, and the reduction of the mechanisms of control and slavery. Those unconscious patterns that are sabotaging your desires. Can you actively work towards eliminating them through intuitively tuning in, through writing it out, and then through taking action? It is time to come out of seclusion. You no longer need to hide or try to protect yourself from the world around you. You are moving into a new stage of life where stepping out is important for your emotional, mental, and spiritual growth. It is time to start making new friends and social connections. You may find yourself being drawn to join groups, take classes, or engage in social activities. Just as the butterfly is drawn to a flower's nectar, you will find that getting out into the world and being with others will be a source of soul food for you. Through these interactions with people and groups, you will start to feel more confident in yourself, and you will see and feel yourself blossoming in a very natural and comfortable way. The energy of the butterfly is gentle, joyful, and purposeful. You will directly experience this energy and exude it as you move out into your social surroundings. Not only is this an important part of developing self-esteem, and a sense of belonging, it is a vital piece in your discovery of your gifts and special talents. Your soul is ready to shine its light. It is only your human mind that feels it is not ready. Be brave and let yourself out of the cocoon of protection you have created. You cannot fight your destiny, you can only fight yourself. You cannot fight your destiny, you can only fight yourself. It's time to take flight. You know how the universe works. Like it or not, there is something we are meant to be doing. We will event Like it or not, if there is something we are meant to be doing, we will eventually find ourselves doing it no matter how much we resist it. So take a deep breath and take just one step forward to what brings you joy. The rest will take care of itself. Maria Cassidy, piano sotro podiatre isite. Yohuto osotoro moriatre isite. Pina hakia koro osotoro poriandre ite ite apiandre isite. Mihakia koro osotoro moniandre ikia krasete mbiakara anya koro osotoro moniat. Timia krasete miandre ikia krasete. Kina hakia sete etia puro osotoro moniat. Mariete. Kina ya kara asete miandre ikia koro osotoro moniandre ite etre etre andre etre. Kinara akia koro osotoro moniandre ikia krasete. Kina akia karo osotoro moniandre ikia kara asete piandre ikia karo osotoro. Pina akia kara asete emiandre ikia kara asete. Mina hakia kara asete emiandre ikia kara asete. Kina akia karo osotoro moniandre itere isete epia kara aset. Pina akia karo osotoro moniandre ikia kara asete. Ekia shosotoro sekem akia korotsum. Pina ara asete e pianara esete e mbiakara amsitoro munianare ikia. Kina hakia kara asete sekia koro usutu mboyashe kia koro usut. Usutu uputia pare andere ise te piadare is. Ina hakia koro usut isit sekia koro. Kira ase kia koro umianare ikia kara amsit. Imea kara asete ete pianare ikia koro usutoro munianare ikia kara amianare isit. Ine e kia kara ase e nianere e kia kara umonianere e kia kara amianere e kia kara amonere e tere. Yara ate ese te piadro o sotro otoro monianere i kia. Kini a kara ase te e mianere i kia kara o sotro monianere i kia kara mai andere e kia kara umot. Pono o ko kara umot o te bare e tere andre e tere. I want to invite each and every one of you in this moment to begin to feel your physical body, but do not open your eyes, simply returning to the place where the weight of you comes in. In this moment, we want to create coherence between the body, the heart, and the mind. Inviting the soul to speak. Inviting the soul to be the guide. Inviting the higher self to step in and be with you at all times. Breathing into the body. And feeling how your soul is with you now. Feeling the presence, the power. Feeling how grounded you are together. Feel how supported you feel in this moment. Not reaching for someone else's thoughts, feelings, approval, explanations. Sitting in the juice, the potency and the frequency of you. Sitting in the knowledge that you already know everything. Get out of your fucking head, my love, and let your body lead you. Your guides have never ever expected you to be perfect. They do expect you to stop avoiding your feelings and feel them. They do expect you to be more disciplined with the use of your rectangle. They do expect you to be more devoted to the inner essence of your soul, because you wouldn't be an awakened being if you weren't meant to know what you know. We say this with all of the love in the world. Stop looking at the places where there are missing pieces and start looking at all of the rest of your life. The more you focus on the things that you have already created, what you already love, what already exists, and holding gratitude and reverence for the little younger version of you who created that, who brought that in, who amplified the activation of the quantum field to bring the fabric through. Then you can see what you have already co-created, what you have already brought forward. And then all of your desires start to fall into place as if by magic and miracles. It is safe for you to be all that you are. It is safe for you to sit in the seat of your power. You are not running out of time. And some of you need to know that the time is now to take flight. These are two radically opposing messages, but for some of you, one will deeply resonate, and for some of you, the other will. So let the body tell you, what is it that you need? Just have a couple more adjustments happening in the field from your higher selves, from the Arcturians and the Pleiadians. Okay. Mori e kia sitim e kia shum sit e mianara e kia sutrotum. Para e sitim mianara kia korum sit e ret. Rahati te miakara sitim miakara sitim miakara sitim. Ren he kia suturu nyanli i kia korust. Mehe shia koro futum puro sitim. Mi tia pe sukio korum bot. Maria kia koro suturum botoro suturum botorum. Pi itia ma kia koro soturum. Pi iti pia nara a kia korum sit. Mo sete miakara sete miakara sembete. Ika sete miakara sente e kia korum sit. Pina a kia korum. Pinyakara autoro suturum. Ita esete. Ina asete ete. Bringing yourself back to this present moment, into the room that you're in. Feeling all of your limbs, your body, feeling the joy and the blessing of being in your body as you return. Grounded, safe, stabilized, and seen, sovereign in your being. You are home. Feeling the weight of your body and beginning to invite some gentle movement as you return. Gently bringing yourself back to full awareness. And when you're ready, opening your eyes and having a big drink of water. Mm. Being so gentle with yourselves, with your hearts, with your minds. And I will see you all next week. Thank you.